In a liarly move that's stirring controversy across North America, President Donald Trump has just announced a 10% hike on U.S. tariffs for Canadian goods, and it all started with a single advertisement from Ontario, featuring none other than Ronald Reagan. Calling the ad a fraud, Trump blasted Canadian officials for failing to remove it ahead of the World Series baseball championship, accusing them of using the image of an American icon to attack his trade policy. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney responded calmly, saying his government was still willing to build on the progress we had been making in trade talks, but hinted that Canada was also looking to expand trade ties with other nations. Currently, Canada remains the only G7 country without a finalized deal under Trump's new tariff framework. The U.S. already imposes a 35% levy on most Canadian goods, though many are exempt under the existing free trade agreement. Specific industries, including metals and automobiles, face additional tariffs of up to 50% and 25%. While traveling to Asia on Saturday, Trump told reporters that he was increasing the tariff on Canada by 10% over and above what they are paying now. He also reminded that tariffs are paid by the companies importing goods into the U.S., not the exporters themselves. Trade pressure builds? 3/4 of Canada's exports go straight to the U.S., and Ontario, the country's industrial heartland, is home to most of Canada's automobile manufacturing. Asked about Trump's move during the ASEAN summit in Malaysia, Prime Minister Carney said his government's focus remained on doing the best deal for Canadian workers and their families. Still, he emphasized that Canada could do more than one thing at a time. He announced that an ambitious new budget will soon be unveiled, one aimed at making generational investments across Canada. At the same time, he said, the country is diversifying trade relationships, striking new deals with several ASEAN member states. No meeting, no mercy. Trump's announcement comes as Ontario Premier Doug Ford paused the controversial anti-tariff campaign so that trade talks can resume. However, the ad, featuring clips of Ronald Reagan saying tariffs hurt every American, continued to air during the World Series games between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Trump, furious that the ad wasn't pulled immediately, told reporters he had no intention of meeting Canada's Prime Minister during the Asia trip. Ford's office confirmed that while the campaign was paused, the ad would still appear through the weekend. The Ronald Reagan Foundation later criticized the Ontario government for using Reagan's 1987 speech without permission, saying it was taken selectively and misrepresented his original message even though the words themselves were not altered. U.S. Canada Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc urged continued direct engagement with Washington, while the Canadian Chamber of Commerce warned that more tariffs could hurt both economies. Tariffs at any level remain a tax on America first, and then on North American competitiveness as a whole, said CEO Candice Lang in a statement to the BBC. Meanwhile, Ford kept things light on social media, joking with California Governor Gavin Newsom about the World Series. Ford promised to send Newsom a can of maple syrup if the Dodgers win, joking that the tariff might cost me a few extra bucks at the border these days, but it'll be worth it. Newsom replied by promising to ship California's championship-worthy wine to Ontario if the Blue Jays triumph, adding a friendly reminder to bring back American-made liquor to Ontario's shelves. Their exchange ended on a light-hearted note. Here's to a great World Series, they both declared, and a tariff-free friendship between Ontario and California. But beneath the friendly banter, tensions between Washington and Ottawa remain high, and this latest tariff hike shows Trump isn't backing down anytime soon. As the trade battle heats up, one thing's for sure, a simple World Series ad just turned into a political home run for controversy. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe our channel.